All right, let's talk about negative emotions because this is like the negative emotions and the dark parts of life that nobody wants to talk about, nobody puts on social media is just as real, if not more real, than the most of the stuff that gets put up on there because we want to put on this fake persona, this great image of ourselves who is enjoying life and happy, and that's just not the reality of it. And as long as we want to pretend that that's the only thing that we exist as, right? As long as we want to pretend that there's never anything bad that happens to people, we're never going to move forward. And I'm not saying stay stuck in it, but I'm saying that if you want to move through it, you've got to accept it. And trying to put band-aids on it and act like it's not the case is not good. And it's part of the reason that addiction exists in the first place. All right. And this goes doubly so for men because with men, they're not supposed to feel emotions, right? You're not supposed to express or show emotions. And I know people are like, no, we want men. No, because we're trained from a young age. We're trained, like conditioned, not to show emotion. It's not like this whole, well, just let it out. No, there are years of programming in here that keep that from happening, right? And so the only thing that actually becomes acceptable for a man to express as an emotion is anger. And even then, the anger gets shunned, right? And what do you tell men to do? Whenever men have an emotion, what do you tell men to do? You tell them to go lift weights, or you tell them to go get it out somehow. You sit them on a football, when they're boys, you just put them on a football field or a baseball field, and you say, get your aggression out there, right? Because that's the only thing men are seen as aggressive creatures. We're seen as threats. We're seen as angry beings, right? And that's just because that's how we're conditioned to exist and be, right? Men have a lot of complex emotions, but they can't even get in touch with them themselves because they're told by society and everybody around them that those aren't welcome. Nobody wants those, right? Like, there's a reason they say men can't cry, and it's because when we cried, we were reprimanded for it, right? Do you realize this, right? When men cry as children, not as like a grown ass man, and you're like 3 years old and you cry and you're like, your parents are like, no, stop that. Stop the crying. There's no room for it. That's how it works. And that happens all throughout childhood. So by the time you're even a teenager, you're like, oh, I can't. Like, it's not even like a conscious thought. It's like in the back of your head, so ingrained into your brain that you're like, I can't do this. I can't do this. You know, it's. I wish it wasn't this way. I wish this was not how it worked because it would probably be a lot better for everybody. But see, and if you're not willing to accept, see, people say they're willing to accept negative emotions from men, but the second they show up, they run out the back door, right? Because the only thing people want to see is the nice and positive and the successful, but that's not the human story. That's not the human condition. And there are a lot of parts of humanity which just don't, especially for men, that just don't make it out in the open, right? And it's okay to feel and have those emotions. It's okay to even have and feel those emotions out in public, right? But you've got to be willing to say, like, hey, this conditioning that has been ingrained in me from the beginning is not okay, and we need to do something about it. There are a lot of those, actually.